welcome back. Breakfast show on KCBS TV. Now let's welcome Elizabeth Belua with Soul Talk. Hi Eli, good morning.
Good morning, Christy.
How are you doing?
I'm fine.
So, what's up?
Well, today we'll have a very interesting topic.
Okay.
Because I know that what we are going to talk about today, most of us have experienced it.
All right, I'd like to know.
Yeah, this weekend I took time. I was listening to inspirational speakers.
Okay.
And I really learned so much about them. You see people tell you about their experience in life.
Okay.
And you see how people give up and at one time they come back and they say, no, let me continue from where I stopped. And that's the spirit. That's the spirit that we should all inculcate, that no matter how bad that situation is,
Okay.
just continue till you reach the point that you want. Failure is something that so many of us want to avoid, but you don't learn if you don't fail.
Okay.
You don't learn if you don't fail. So that's why I have to ask you: Have you ever made a mistake in your life?
Of course.
Like you're doing something and you make a mistake.
Of course.
I mean, have you ever made a mistake that you regret why you made that mistake?
Well, I mean, so many things, like small things, But I don't know if I can remember any instance right away. But I think that I've made a couple of mistakes. And
that's something that we all make every day, mistakes. And there are some mistakes that are so crucial that people cry, even leads to death. There are some
like
mistakes
irreversible.
that people make, and they are like, I wish I could turn the hands of time. When it gets to that stage and you say, oh, I wish, had it been that I knew, I would not do that thing. But that's not real the essence of mistakes.
Okay.
Mistakes helps us to learn more. That is, it gives us experience that leads us to our success.
Absolutely.
And the irony about the African mind is that people don't look at the experience that you gain from your mistake, which leads you to a success. People rely on the mistake you made.
Okay.
We all get to look at somebody. Let's say you make a mistake. Let me take a very simple one that, okay, this girl is in school and she gets pregnant and she drops out of school. That's a mistake that she made. But when the baby grows up, she goes back to school and she gets a degree. Maybe she has an advanced level. She has learned from her mistake, and now she has the experience that she can share not her mistake with people, but her experience that leads to her success.
Okay.
But the African mind looks only at the mistake you made and they tell people to learn from your mistake, which is wrong. You don't learn from people's mistakes. You learn from their experience.
Okay.
Like you look at that person and you say, this is what this person has gone through. And you learn, you see yourself in that place and you see yourself going through that thing and succeeding.
Okay.
That is one thing that we should know. Because mistakes always happen. People make mistakes in their academics, people make mistakes in marriages. There's somebody who even makes a mistake in a life partner. And what happens after that? Now you see yourself going through that marriage with everything, and you see that you just go through it, and after you people are happy. Maybe you people began with fighting every day, and like everybody's like, my dear, see those couples, they are fighting every day. Now people are just talking about your mistake. They don't talk about the experience. You see even people who come out to share their experience. There are some people in our community that have done terrible things and they have changed. Now when they come out to share their experience with you, people don't really
hang
listen.
On the,
yes, they hang on
the error itself than the lesson.
See, these wealthy people you see today, Bill Gates, right? And his software. I went one time on his page, and he made a mistake on building that software 75 times before that thing could calm down. Before we are enjoying everything. I'm like, really?
Yeah, he never give up.
See, he said that he was making a mistake. He was there every day. He was just going through, and
one day
each time he made a mistake in applying something, he got an experience that this is what I'm supposed to do.
So this is what I should not do.
This is what I should not do, and this is what I should do.
Okay.
And that is how he went until he's now here. If successful people tell you what they have been through to get to where they are, you will know that what you are looking at is not even what was happening in their life. That's something that we should all do. I see people who make mistakes and they rely. They say you live in the past. Nobody lives in
That's
the
the
past.
secret to success now.
Nobody
Not
lives
giving
in the
up.
past.
Keep
You
trying,
don't
keep
give
trying.
Up. You keep trying, even though you're making a mistake. Just keep going. You know, there was one time a man told me that. Have you ever fallen before? No. Have you ever hit your leg on a stone? Just imagine that you hit your leg on a stone. You're walking and you hit your leg on the stone. Do you fall backwards or you fall forward? You fall forward. That's he says that is just life. And when you fall forward,
That's interesting.
you go forward. You don't go backward.
Wow.
You see that? And then when I sat down, I like tried to. I'm like, really? He just gave up. He said that you all have that somebody has hit the leg on the stone. I'm like, yes. That who hits the leg on the stone and goes back.
And the truth is that you fall even
You
forward.
fall forward. You don't fall
Even more than if you were taking
Yes.
making steps, right? Yeah, because
Yes.
if probably if you're
If you
given
fall-
the step, you just give a simple step. But if you fall, you really fall.
fall forward and you don't go back there. Then you stand. He says that when you stand, you look at that place, but you go back there.
No, you don't go back.
You go back and
Just-
forward.
Just
Your leg and you cry that this stone you're there, but I'm good. He says that is how we should look at our day-to-day life.
okay,
Don't remain on
that's
that same
interesting.
place. No matter the mistake you've made in your life, go forward. Look at the experience that mistake gave. If it's your business that you put money in something and it crumbled, you've gained an experience that maybe that business was not the time. You know that there are people who engage in business that it's not the right time. Now, how can you be selling cold water in the rainy season? That's a mistake you're making. And you see that, oh, this my cold water business is not going. What's happening? Because you're not doing that thing at the right time.
Okay.
Say cold water, the dry season, yeah, everywhere is hot.
Okay.
People need cold water. You see, that is life. You cannot be selling, let's say, rice and stew in the evening when people want to eat pepper soup and roast fish.
So timing is everything. Timing is important.
That is it. So we should always learn, gain the experience, and look at the success of every mistake. Every wrong thing you do, there's a success in it.
Yeah, of course. In every dark cloud, there's a silver lining.
Every wrong thing you do, even if you're in school and you failed, you know the GC is coming up, and you know there are some people who have written 4 times, 5 times. You've gained experience. You've gained experience in answering the questions, in reading, in everything. Me, I always tell people that failure is not that you cannot succeed. It just means you apply the right thing
The wrong time.
the wrong time.
Okay.
Because even if you give a child something, even if you give a child something, let's say 1 + 1, and the child says 4, that child is wrong in that concept 1 + 1. But if you put 2 + 2, that child's 4 is correct, and it goes there. So that is just life. You just need to apply the right thing at the right time. And even if you can't apply it, maybe what you put there is not correct, and you've gained that experience, and life continues.
Okay. So, who are some of the motivational speakers that you listen to?
Well, I listen to Helen Park. I think she's from the UK. Helen Park, yes, that's her name. And she was talking about her life, that she grew up in a very small town, and there were like 9 of them in their houses. So they didn't have the privilege to go to school because there were so many of them. And she grew with music. Now, the American music, you know, the violin. I told you I'm a lover of epic music. That there was somebody beside her house that was playing the violin. So every day she didn't have anything doing. She would go there and just sit down
And
listen to the violin, and that is how she gained skills. And today she's an excellent player.
Oh,
If she
really?
plays the violin for you, and that is how she made a living for herself
That's good.
and her family, and her siblings are now going to school and they are okay. And she has played the violin for so many concerts, for so many people, and I'm like, you see, that's how she grew up, and she had something doing.
All right, that's good. I know all those things are very good. Those when you listen to those stories, you know, it's
Yeah,
so
it really
empowering.
does.
It's so empowering, and I'll recommend everybody to read this book, especially Cameroonians. You know, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. I think it's a book that Cameroonians, young people, need to read. I mean, it's not only for young people. Everybody, you can change your life at any stage. You are not too old to change your life. Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. It's a powerful book for personal development, and it's going to help you if you read it. You know, it tells you stories. It tells you how powerful you are as a human, your potentials, and that the power of positive thoughts. the power of positive thoughts and the power of being positive all the time. Thinking positive, it doesn't matter what the situation is, just look at it in a positive light. So I think that that's a very good book for people to read and to keep them motivated.
In the world now, everybody needs to stay positive.
Okay. All right, Ellie, thank you so much. That was a very strong and powerful one today.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, it's always nice. So as usual, on Tuesdays, you're ending the program.